We know that there is a positive link between a worker's perception of the quality of supervisory relationship and the worker's sense of competence, personal accomplishment, and job satisfaction. Interpersonal interaction sets the tone for positive, productive, and professional working relationships within the organization. In this clip, we join a supervisor talking with her team about new safety protocols that were implemented several weeks ago. There are mixed feelings about the mandatory protocols, and the supervisor is aware that her team members are not consistently following the required procedures. It is important in this situation for the supervisor to work with the team to get their agreement and cooperation. Before the meeting starts, the supervisor allows time for informal interactions and exchanges. She engages in conversation with various members of the group. By modeling professional, respectful communication, the supervisor is able to project a sense of emotional closeness within the team and to set the tone for the meeting. As you watch, look for the supervisor using critical components of interpersonal interaction. By modeling professional, respectful communication, the supervisor is able to guide her team in resolving this challenge.
Thank you all for making time in your schedules to meet with me today. I wanted to just take a little bit of time to talk about some of the training that we had done last month regarding safety. I'm a little bit concerned that we're not meeting some of the criteria that were laid out, and I want to take some time to talk with all of you about maybe why that is, what's getting in the way, and how we can problem solve some of this. So I just want to take some time to discuss that issue.
Well, I see it as a big problem because we've been doing fine without this policy for the 8 years I've been here, and it just makes scheduling visits with clients more complicated if we have to involve someone else in the scheduling too.
Yeah, I think anytime we add something new, a new policy, especially when it's involving another person, it's going to be a little hard to get done. And I'm kind of noticing that's been a struggle for our team. So I want to make sure that we have a chance to talk about why that is. Are there specific barriers that are getting in the way for you all?
Well, I'm just kind of looking at my schedule right now, and it's pretty packed. So I guess I'm a little bit worried about having to coordinate schedules with somebody because I just don't know how that would be able to take place. If my schedule's this packed, then I'm sure everybody else's is also. And not only that, but it feels like we're not trusted to go out to these houses and address the concerns that need to be addressed without having another set of eyes on us to oversee if we're doing that correctly.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Lisa. I think none of us have enough time to work this into our schedules, and a lot of us maybe haven't been following it because we feel like someone's going to notice that it's unrealistic.
It is unrealistic. I have 2 new cases from earlier in the week, and another new case came in yesterday, and to get all of those visits scheduled around somebody else's schedule, it just can't be done.
Yeah, and it sounds like it's probably a bigger task than we imagined when developing the protocol. But at the same time, I want to emphasize that this is in place because we've had a few concerns in our recent past, and we want to make sure that we're not putting you in harm's way. We don't want to put the efficiency of the work above your safety, your personal safety. So I'd really like to invite you all to do some problem solving with me about how can we work around this, or how can we find a way to make this work. I hear that you guys are experiencing a lot of frustration with this, and that makes sense. It is a big change, and I know you have big workloads to take care of. But at the same time, safety really is very important to this agency, and I know it's important to you all. And I appreciate that you all are willing to express your frustration, and that we can kind of come together in a safe place and talk about that and maybe come up with some solutions. So are there any ideas about maybe how we can start to make this work? Are things that any of you have tried so far that maybe might have been successful?
Well, I've been thinking while you guys have been talking, and I just had an idea.
We've tried all kinds of ideas around this safety issue, and nothing has been workable. That's my whole concern here, is we just keep trying and nothing works. Someone who's been doing this for years knows what the safety issues are and watches for them.
So I hear that you have a lot of experience here and probably have tried a lot of things. And I think you're right. Someone with your amount of experience may be a little bit more comfortable going out on their own. But keep in mind, too, that we don't all have that level of experience. And we want to make sure that everyone at the table is safe as part of our mission. And I would like to hear the idea that you have, if you all are willing to consider it.
I mean, I have some ideas on, maybe how to make it work would be to get some students to go with you. I know we have some coming in, and we've got Melanie. I mean, she's sort of new, and she may not be as experienced as Eugene. She can help you there with being safe, but also you can help her by kind of modeling the good work and teaching her how to sense what's safe and what's not, for the families and for yourself.
I like that idea.
And I think after a while I may not need you, but just initially I think it'd be very helpful.
That's great. I really appreciate you guys getting in there and trying to think of a good solution. And that sounds like a really good way of kind of having a dual purpose of safety and learning opportunities.
Well, and actually I've been doing it for a little while, but I think I find that you're really good working with clients that struggle with domestic violence, and that's not really my area. So maybe I could even go with you on a couple of visits or something. And
so this really could turn into an opportunity for you to share some of that experience, and those others of you who have a lot of experience and things to share, and even those of you who may not have been here that long, you're going to have different perspectives and different information and ideas, and we can kind of take this as a time to learn from each other and improve the work that we're doing, as well as being safe. And it's true, we all do bring some different strengths to this work, and I think we can all learn from each other, having other set of eyes, just perspectives, and helping each other out in areas where we might not feel as comfortable. And you are the perfect person to help teach others about how to do some of this work. What do you think about that idea?
I hear that other people would appreciate being along on visits with more experienced workers, but it still seems like one more difficulty being added to the job that is going to be hard to work around.
Well, and I can see that it may be harder for you to find some benefit for yourself because you have a lot of experience, and I appreciate your willingness to bring that and to be open about that. And I think for all of us, there are going to be things about a lot of aspects of this work that we like or don't like or are difficult, and I'm glad that you all feel comfortable talking about those aspects and sharing that with me, and doing what we can to come up with solutions about it. And I think there will be some continued frustrations, and I don't want to pretend that we can sort of eliminate every frustration that's going to come along today, but I do appreciate that you all are part of the conversation, that you're willing to share some of those struggles, and that you're willing to continue talking about it. I think we've got a really good place to start. I think we should probably start with this idea and see how that goes. And when we meet again next week, we'll talk about how it's working and what other kind of barriers maybe we can try to address.